Welcome to the Smile Sisters podcast, powered by the LA Dental Clinic. In each episode of the Smile Sisters, host Dr. Ozzy and Dr. Arazu Nasiri show you how you can transform and maintain your smile. The sisters explain everything you need to know about your mouth and why keeping it healthy is key to your overall health.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, today I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people ask us about, and that is dental implants.
Yes.
And what is a dental implant? People have so many different notions of what it is. Like, it's a post, it's a tooth.
Sometimes people think that a root canal is an implant. I've
Right.
had that said to me.
Right.
Or a post inside a tooth,
Or a
like you said.
post, or like a veneer is an implant. So, before we talk about what a dental implant is, let's talk about what a tooth is. So, a tooth is comprised of two portions. There's two parts. There's the part that's under the bone, and there's the part that comes out of the bone.
Yes.
The part that's under the bone is called the root, and the part that comes out of the bone is called the crown
Of your tooth.
of your tooth.
Yes.
So the dental implant really is a substitute for the root part of your tooth. So in order for you to get a dental implant, you actually cannot have any more tooth there, any more of the root part of your tooth. So you have just a hole or just bone, and then you can replace that tooth root with a dental implant.
So as opposed to like a dental crown that replaces the crown of your tooth, or a veneer that covers the surface of your tooth, an implant is replacing your entire tooth when that tooth is fully out of your mouth.
Right, but only the root part. That's why I want to kind of say, because there's different ways you can replace the crown part. There's
Sure.
all different, like, you can have multiple ones, you can have single ones, you can have a bridge, you can have a, denture that clicks onto it. But really, the dental implant in itself is replacing the root of a tooth.
Right.
And it's a fascinating thing, because the root of a tooth, how does an actual tooth stay in your mouth? There is a ligament that it goes around the root called the periodontal ligament.
Yeah.
And then within that ligament, there's these little fibers that kind of like connect, like little, elastic
Like
bands,
little anchors.
like millions of little elastic bands that connect your tooth root to the bone within this kind of like ligament that goes
space.
around your tooth.
Yes.
So if you actually take your finger, you can slightly wiggle each tooth, and that's normal because you have that little bit of space around the root that can like give it a little bit of, like wiggle room.
Yes.
Side to side.
Yes. Like a trampoline that is attached.
Exactly.
The kind of net of the trampoline that you jump on is sort of attached with cords to the outside.
To the
so you have
frame.
To the frame, yeah.
Yes.
So that is the periodontal ligament, part, and then your tooth is, where you jump on, basically. And so that it's a good analogy, because when you clench or bite down, you are allowing a little bit of give, so you don't shatter your teeth,
Right.
And so that's the point. There's a little bit of cushion there.
There's a little bit of cushion.
Yeah.
Now, how does a dental implant go into the mouth? And this is like a totally different mechanism.
Yes.
So when we place a dental implant, there's no more ligament. We're going directly into the bone. And the hope and the idea of dental implants is that you get something called osseointegration. And what is that? That means there's no more ligament, there's no more space, but we want the bone particles to come in direct contact with that dental implant. And it's more of a mechanical holding of the dental implant.
Yes.
So the dental implant usually has these little kind of like indentations, like a screw. So the bone kind of like indents forms it around it.
So the bone locks in around an implant.
Exactly.
And that's how it stays in.
And you don't have any more ligament space. You don't
Correct.
have any more of that give. So a dental implant is really kind of like susceptible to forces, because you don't have that little cushion anymore now, right?
Yeah, and so when you get a crown on a dental implant, we're always looking at the occlusion or the bite. We want to make sure the bite on a
Right.
dental implant is not heavy. It should be a little bit lighter than the adjacent teeth, and that's because there's no cushion. If you bite lightly, you might contact your teeth and your dental implant at the same time. When you clench down, your teeth that have that ligament, that bungee cord, cushion, will kind of indent in, but your implant doesn't move, and so and it might have a heavier force on it.
Right.
So that's why the contacts, when you bite down on a dental implant, should be a bit lighter.
Should be, yeah. And if you have multiple, or if you're replacing your whole dentition with dental implants, you really want everything to be contacting at the same time and be very evenly distributed, so that you're not having force on just one area, which is bad for teeth too. But like we say, teeth have a little bit of give, so
there's a little forgiveness
in teeth.
Yes.
So dental implants are really an amazing thing. They were discovered accidentally because this researcher didn't have any more stainless steel little things. They were doing research on dog, and they were putting in stainless steel, kind of like getting a core of bone out. And so he started putting these titanium things that he had, and then he couldn't get them out anymore
because they integrated with the bone.
And
so
he realized, this actually fused somehow. And then they started researching that, and then it's like, oh wow, the bone really made really tight contact with this material.
I didn't know that. That's very cool.
It's, science is so haphazard. A lot of discoveries are just random, just luck. So this is one of those.
Well, let's talk about one other part of dental implants, is that our teeth, because they're within this periodontal ligament, they're not fused to the bone, so they can move. As you know, if you get braces and you don't wear your retainers, your teeth can shift. Or even with braces, your teeth can shift.
Yes.
Because dental implants are actually integrated to the bone, they're locked in, they will not drift, they will stay put, right? And so that's an important thing. So if you're getting an implant, but your teeth are crooked and you want to orthodontically move your teeth, maybe you need to do the movement first and then place the implant to match the position of your other teeth.
Right.
So that's one way to look at it, because we cannot move implants. And then the other one is our teeth over time will tend to drift kind of forward. And so if you get an implant and a crown on it in the back of your mouth, and let's say over the years as your teeth drift, you might start to notice that there's a gap between the front of your implant crown and the next tooth in front of it. And that's because your other teeth have migrated a bit, and your implant hasn't moved. So even though at the beginning the contacts between your teeth and your implant crown were tight, now they're not. So one recommendation after getting an implant is to get a retainer and wear a retainer, so you don't end up with this problem years down the line.
So your bite stays the same as when you first got it.
Yes.
I mean, dental implants I always tell people, they're amazing replacement for teeth, but it's a replacement for not having a tooth. It's not the same as having a tooth. A tooth has so many other mechanisms, and the periodontal ligament is just one of them that protect it and give it, its shape and vitality and color and all the stuff we've talked about. But a dental implant is really our best replacement for a missing tooth. But it's not as good as having your own tooth, basically.
Just try to save your teeth.
Always try to save your teeth. But yeah, I just wanted to emphasize what a dental implant is. It's just the part that goes in the bone. It's replacing the root of your tooth. And we can talk about, in further episodes, how to replace the crown part. And there's many different variations of things you can do. But as you can see, the bone is really important in the success of a dental implant. And people are always like, am I a good candidate for a dental implant? Well, it has to do with your bone. Whether you're a good candidate or not really comes down to, do you have enough bone? And that's it.
From that perspective. And then your general health as well, because you have to heal. It is a surgery.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is a surgery. Hope that was useful for dental implants.
I learned something.
Yes, definitely ask us any questions in the comments, and see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for listening to the Smile Sisters. If you found this episode helpful, subscribe and leave us a review. To book a free consultation, go to ladentalclinic.com.